If we could have quit at the 9:02 mark when we were 24 ahead, and I just knew that we were within 3 possessions it would be 30, I would feel terrific. But we have to play 40 minutes, and we played 31 minutes. We had 3 straight turnovers after it was 24 ahead, and we put 6 bullet points up, and I said, look at the bullet points. Focus, concentrate, play smarter. We did none of the above the last 10 minutes of the game. And that's unacceptable. My job is not to beat you up and make you, say, is he ever satisfied? My job is to help us be as good as we can. And so I was not happy with the last 10 minutes. I thought first half we played really, really good team basketball. 11 baskets, 7 assists, got to the free throw line. We were hard to score on in the half court. And it stayed that way until we started looking at the score. So hopefully you learn from that. But leads are too fragile. Leads can go, big leads can go in a hurry. I know. We've been a part of it. So, but we're 12-2, won 31 straight against California teams. I love our team, but I want us to get better, and they do also. So, move into the second part of our season, which will be very, very stressful, strenuous, and challenging for every school in our league. Every game, if you don't play well, you probably won't win, home or away. So we need to make sure we're ready for the opener at Fresno next Wednesday. Anything?
Coach, what do you think it was tonight? The layoff, the opponent, as far as losing the focus?
I don't really think it was that, Bernie. If we'd have done it out of the gate, I would have said maybe either or. But I thought we played really good, solid, smart team basketball, and then all of a sudden, 1 led to 2, led to 3, and then we looked like a disjointed group of individuals rather than a cohesive team. But I asked him. I said, "You got to help me. Why you got to analyze? You got to ask yourself, why did it happen?" And we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Do you feel like excellently playing a little bit in the second half had any result to your guys' play, and how's he doing?
I brought that up. I said, we can't say because Xavier didn't play in the second half that much that was a reason, because that wasn't the reason. Because we've got guys that have practiced and practiced really, really effectively and played effectively with Xavier on the bench. So, I don't think that had any impact on it.
How's he doing?
Well, I hope that he's going to be okay. They said he had a lower back strain. So I think that's what they told you, and that's what they told me. He tweaked it a little bit in practice the other day, and then you probably saw when he went for that one pass that he had to reach back and lean back for is when he hurt it, and he couldn't get the stiffness out of it. It's spasms, they said, so hopefully he'll be okay.
How about your team getting to the line 41 times tonight?
We got to the free throw line, and that's what you're supposed to do. We got to make more of them. I mean, early on we were making them, and then we went through it. Sometimes when things start to happen, good or not so good, they kind of go in bunches, and I think we went through stretches where we missed several in a row. But 41 free throws is a lot. So, and that will win you games if you can find ways to get to the line and make easy ones.
Coach, we asked Duval about, sort of like being put off the gas in the second half, and he said it's not a cause for concern because you were experimenting with different combinations. Sometimes they don't really work out. Is there validity to that, and is it a cause for concern because when you play good teams like Arizona, you don't seem to have this problem, and it just seems to be against teams that you get way ahead of?
I'm not going to obsess over it, even though it sounds like I'm doing that right now. But I'm not going to just dismiss it. I'm not going to say, well, it's okay because. and say because X wasn't here, because we had different people. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say if you're good enough to be here on scholarship, you're good enough to go in and play like I've seen you play. So I'm sure there were a lot of reasons why it happened.
Coach, can you give us any more details on the Brad Franklin situation?
No, none other than what I've already done. He's, you know, not dressing, not going to play until we get further down the road and certain things get done, and he's got multiple things that need to be addressed.
Coach, are you concerned about the turnovers heading into conference play? Kind of seems like it's
We had 3 turnovers in the first half, wound up with 13. That's what we're averaging. And most people would say 13 is not bad, but that's too many for us. I think last year we averaged about 11 plus. My goal is to keep it at 10 or under. So tonight, I felt like until we had that stretch where we had them in bunches, and I talked about it at halftime. I said, 3 turnovers, let's keep it under 10. And then we had about 10 in the second half.
What about just this team in general heading into the conference?
I like our team. We got a good team. We got a good team that know how to win, that have been in big games, that have won big games, that have fought hard. They like one another. They play well together. We've got a good basketball team that care about winning first and foremost and enjoy being with one another. And that's a good combination to have.
Concerned at all about Boise State's change of heart?
I'm sorry?
You concerned at all about Boise State's change of heart coming back to the Mountain West?
I'm concerned about Fresno State right now. That's what I'm concerned about. We play Boise State down the road, so I'll worry about Boise State when we play them. But Fresno State's on my radar right now.
Did you get tired of this musical chairs that keep having to play with schools around you, and then concerned about where it comes back into this school?
I'm only worried about things that I have direct control over, and that's this basketball team and what I can do to impact the success of the team. And that is more than enough to have on my plate.